Old dog boxing, motherfucker. A post on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, from Terrence Bud Crawford reads, and I quote, "I see somebody mad. They wasn't invited to the Ring Magazine Gala." End quote. And for those who don't know, he's talking about Gervonta Davis throwing a hissy fit about not being invited to the Ring Magazine Awards. And then Gervonta Davis responds with this, and I quote, "And I still make more money than you." End quote. Terrence Crawford responds back to Gervonta Davis with this, and I quote, "First thing a dumb rich person say to another rich person is, I got more money than you. I bet you I own more investments than you, and I don't owe $1 in taxes. You can't buy nothing I can't buy. That I want, sir, and that is a fact." Gervonta Davis responds back with this, and I quote, "Y'all think he chasing greatness. He's not. That's what he have to do to make decent money. Fuck boys." End quote. Terrence Crawford responds back to Gervonta Davis with this, and I quote, "By the way, little guy, don't speak too soon, because you definitely not making more money than me fighting who you been fighting. That's why you talking about fighting Ryan again." End quote. And then Mike Coppinger decides to jump in the beef and assist Bud Crawford at proving the little guy wrong, little Tanky Tank. Mike Coppinger says this, and I quote, "Outside of the Ryan Garcia fight, Terrence Crawford has earned multiples more than Gervonta Davis for his bouts with Madrimov and Spence compared to Tank's bouts with Frank Martin, Hector Luis Garcia, and the upcoming bout with Roach." End quote. Now, all of this back and forth on X is going to happen from time to time between fighters. That part I don't have a problem with. But you see, the problem that I do have is with what Gervonta Davis says next about Terrence Crawford's kids and his wife. Gervonta Davis says this, and I quote, "And he got like 8 kids and his wife like 380 pounds. Yeah, but he got to work overtime." End quote. Yo, if I was Terrence Crawford, I would forget about Canelo and go after little Tank Tank for mentioning my wife and kids. This guy Tank Davis is out of pocket and is super emotional like a girl, and I don't respect it. You know, it's one thing to insult me, talk shit about me and my career, but when you mention my kids and my wife, it's almost like you're not giving me no choice. You're forcing me to have to hunt you down and fuck you up, dog. But it is what it is, and it was what it was. At the end of the day, the real reason why little Tanky Tank is crashing out like this is because he's mad. He's hating because nobody's paying attention to him anymore. Nobody is talking about his little janky ass fight with Lamont Roach. You know what really struck a chord with Gervonta Davis, I think, is when what really got to Gervonta Davis is when he seen Canelo over there shaking hands with Turkey. He was probably feeling safe and secure because he wasn't the only one over there on PBC, the PBC Island. But now, since Canelo is over there doing business with the Turk, he's realizing, Gervonta that is, he's realizing that he's on the outside looking in. Another thing I've noticed about this pussy boy that he does that is super feminine, I mean, besides paint his nails and wear purses, is first, when Turkey offered Gervonta Davis some business or tried to make a deal with Gervonta Davis turned him down, told him that he was not interested, and he had to send him 2 Ferraris before even considering a sit down with Saudi Arabia. But now he wants to get mad that Turkey did not invite him or give him an invitation to the Ring Magazine Awards. Yo, that's equivalent to you going out to get some food, right? And you ask your girl before going, like, "Hey, I'm going to go get me a burger and some fries. Would you like some? And she says no. And then you come back with your shit. And then all of a sudden she gets mad at you for not bringing her none. That's what this guy, Gervonta Davis, reminds me of, fam. Like a female, a girl. And then he wants to call everybody dick eaters. For what exactly? Just hitting the road and getting their bag right? Really stop and think about what Tank Davis is mad at. He is mad at his other contemporaries that weren't making as much as money as him, didn't sell as much pay-per-views as he did back in the States, like Teofimo Lopez, like Devin Haney, like Shakur Stevenson. Because these guys are now getting to a bag, you're mad. That's literally what this dude is throwing a temper tantrum over. He's mad that all of these other fighters are now going to get big money. Another thing is this. All of the fighters that are going to get a bag in Saudi Arabia, it's not like Tank Davis was going to fight them. Let's be real here. Let's keep it real with ourselves. Tank Davis was never going to fight Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, or Devin Haney. But yeah, man, that's all this is about, man. Gervonta Davis is just mad that nobody's paying attention to him or his little janky ass fight that's coming up with Lamont Roach. Boxing fans, and just boxing in general. The sport of boxing is now moving on without Gervonta Davis. It's a new day. Boxing is moving on without little Tank. And he's angry because he don't want to go over there and fight some real competition. He don't want to get in the ring with a real stepper. He wants to continue to earn the big bucks to fight Frank Marion and Rolly Romero. But it's over. You know what I'm saying? Those days are over. It's over for the PBC. The PBC is a sinking ship. Nobody could find Al Heyman. The PBC did a total of 5 shows last year. Compare that to when PBC had Showtime and Fox, all these other investors. You know, back when PBC and Showtime were together, PBC was backed by Showtime and Fox. I believe that PBC was doing 38 to 40 shows a year, and now they're doing 5. Remember how good Gervonta Davis's press conference used to look when PBC was backed by Showtime? Compare that to what Tank's last press conference with Lamont Roach looked like a little rink-a-dink ass press conference. That's why he's mad. One more thing I wanted to say before ending this video is I've noticed a lot of Tank Davis fanboys, pro Tank channels are sick right now. They're mad at Turki Al-Sheikh for what he is doing, and they're hating on the man because all of the fights that Turki is making are being made in Saudi Arabia instead of the United States, as if these guys really went to the fights like that. It's a cop-out. These guys are really just crashing out over little Tank. To all of you pro Tank channels, Tank maniacs, Tank sexuals, I would say if you don't like what Turki Al-Sheikh is doing, hey, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind, man. So if you don't like what the dude is doing, man, don't watch. Make sure you don't watch any of Turki Al-Sheikh's Real season cards. Make sure you only watch PBC cards and Al Heyman cards, since y'all don't like what the Turk is doing. But I already know you guys are going to watch. I'm already knowing you guys are going to tune into that card coming up on February 22nd, because you guys are a bunch of fucking hypocrites and just want something to bitch and moan and complain about. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. To all my subscribers, I want to thank you for fucking with me. Catch you on the next one, and you already know. Once again, this has been your boy O-Dog Boxing, and I'm out this